Hey, welcome to Spirit Soul Sense, information for your soul. I am Shareece, and I am currently in a hate relationship with Instagram. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. And I have to take a break because but I feel a similar way to like all of social media, which is like I don't like it. Don't like being on it. I take long breaks from it. But let me break down like why I feel the way I feel about Instagram, social media in general. So, I mean, social media has evolved like a lot over time. Facebook really, changed the game. And even though like it was based on, interest and connection with people from the same university you were going to, and it was really about like what's happening in your life right now and sharing with people you really know about what's happening in your life. Social media has like transformed into this stranger, voyeuristic type deal that I just really don't like. So a lot of times I feel like I'm watching pictures and there's no context to it. Some people post captions, some people don't, but it's really, you're just watching a picture and then you're supposed to interpret, judge it, appreciate it based on just what you're seeing. You typically don't know like what leads up to it, what comes after it, why did they post it, are they really happy, were they crying 5 seconds, like there's no context, you have no idea what's happening, and that just bothers me so much. It bothers me so much. I should share like on my Instagram, it's very specific. I left Instagram because I felt like everything was fake. I know everything is not fake, but at the time I was feeling like everything is fake. I really can't tell what's real or not. And everyone is trying to sell me something. And so I have made my Instagram into a feed that's really just people I know, or Black women, like beautiful pictures of Black women, because I think it's important for me to see myself represented and to be seen, and so I can like relate to pictures like that. I don't follow celebrities, well, except Diggy. On Instagram, I do not follow anyone except Diggy. I was following like a couple music artists, R&B type people, but then I stopped because like, I mean, I just don't think it's a good idea to follow celebrities. I mean, I don't really think it's a good idea to follow strangers because, well, and I know that a lot of people have made community on, social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, there's so many groups and people have like their internet friends and stuff like that. Like, that's not what I'm talking about. I mean, like people you would never meet, people you have no idea, people you can only admire from far. Like, I would say limit the amount of people like that you follow, because it's a one-sided interaction. You are consuming them. They have no idea who you are. And so while it is like a great thing to have role models and to admire people, I think we need to have some kind of a limit in how much of that we consume. I think that limit will be different for different people. For myself, I really don't see the value. Like social media is an exchange. And so sometimes I can feel drained after being on social media. There's an energy exchange when you are just intaking all of this stuff. And then like, where's it going? Like, where's the energy like releasing from? And like, just find for you, like what works for you. I know for me, it doesn't feel good to just consume a bunch of celebrity culture. And similar to that, like I do not follow the gossip sites. I think because everyone likes to know what's current, what's popping, what celebrities in the news, I end up finding out anyway because everybody ends up talking about it. But I don't think you have to follow 3 gossip sites where they're literally just tracking another person's life. You realize like that's like they're just literally tracking a whole other person's life, not respecting their boundaries or their privacy. For the people who like to like post everything about their lives and they're influencers or celebrities, like do you boo. I'm just saying, as you the consumer, it just might not be the best thing for you. You know, in relation to that, like specifically with Instagram, I think it's really hard to have a conversation. I think people try to make it that Instagram is deep, and I think it's very hard to be deep on Instagram because it's just not set up that way. You can see thousands of comments on a post and people arguing back and forth, but it's usually not a productive conversation. And I've followed like a lot of sites that, you know, try to push equality, fight against anti-blackness, you know, talk about politics. At this point, I think I like actual news sites. So I follow some like magazines, The Economist, Forbes, like folks like that who are reporting the news in a factual way. And I know that they're credible, so I'm less likely to be thinking that they're lying to me or that there's lies in here. I think it's just exhausting, always trying to figure out what's real, what's fake, you know, who is being honest. Is someone trying to sell you something or not? If you don't care, if someone's trying to sell you something and you're like good with buying whatever and not knowing if it's an ad or a product placement or anything like that, I am just way too observant and nuanced to just have all of that happen and me not to notice it. And I just don't like feeling bamboozled. I don't like feeling used. And so I really limit my social media to folks I know in real life. Really. I know I'm about to have a bunch of followers who don't know me. But, you know, on YouTube, I feel like YouTube is like a different animal. I think I enjoy the commentary videos that, you know, show up on YouTube. And I specifically look for people who have different views to me, who have similar views to me. I like to know what another person is thinking. And I would imagine that's what you're feeling when you're watching me. Like, maybe you don't agree with everything that I'm saying, but there's something here that you could learn from or that I'm saying in a different way. I think YouTube is more encouraging of real dialogue and real conversation. I respond to almost every comment. So if you leave a comment, I will give you like a real answer to things because that's what I want to create here on my platform. I believe, I know that this channel is going to get much bigger, and I really want to make space for the type of relationship that folks have with people they see online who they may or may not ever meet in person. I want to be respectful to you. I'm hoping you're respectful to me. I have my own boundaries, and I just want to create a really, really kind and compassionate community here. That's the way I feel like my social media is going to be. And if I'm unable to do that, like I just feel like I'm trying to do that on Instagram and it's just hard. My personal Facebook, it feels easier because I've really weeded out a lot of folks who are nasty or negative. But it's like a process. And I think we should all take breaks from social media from time to time. However long that break is for you is up to you. Like maybe you don't check it for 10 hours in a day, or maybe you're off for months or a year at a time like I do. I think it's much more important to foster real relationships with people you know in real life than to spend like a whole bunch of time on social media. So let me know what your opinion is about social media. If you've taken breaks, if you've ever experienced it as toxic, and like what works for you. And thank you for watching.